What's up, beautiful people? I hope you are having an amazing Saturday. It is Saturday here in Los Angeles, and of course, the fires are still going. So, by the time you watch this, hopefully, the fires would have subsided. But we have a busy day ahead, and I'm excited to, see what all the day has in store. You know, the mantra, the motto, and the movement is it's a beautiful day to create. Or it's a great day to create. But it really is. And no matter what the day looks like, it is always a beautiful day to create. It's a beautiful day to be creative. And so I got up this morning, did my prayers, and thanked God. But I have a morning thought for you. Well, let me not say morning thought. Let me rewind that. Rewind. This is I would probably now brand these as disruptive thought, because I feel like a lot of times I'm called to disrupt the way that we said, done, or even thought. And it's disruptive for me because a lot of the way that I'm thinking, or have thought, should I say, a lot of how I've thought in the past, I'm challenging the way in which that I think about certain things, and I'm myself to think differently, or to think outside of a way that maybe I have been accustomed to for years. And so this thought is around the idea of care. And when we say certain things like, and I've said this numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers of times, I want to get to the point where I don't care what people think. I've said that numbers of times. And if you're anything like me, you probably said it too. I want to get to a point where I don't care what people think. I don't want to care what people think. But then I had to sit with that this morning because I realized I do care. And I realized that a part of caring is what makes a lot of people different, because they do care, because we live in a world of people, like, our world is super sensitive. Like, we're combating certain things. When somebody says something publicly or whatever the case is, we will, if they say a deconstructive thought, or say something, like, we're counseling them, we are in cancel culture, all of these things, mainly because we do care. But it's like we consistently feed ourselves, oh, we don't care. Well, I don't want to care what people think. But no, that's not true. We do care, and we want to care what people think. We may not admit that, but we do. And I had to look at it from my perspective, is that I'm going to stop saying, I want to get to a point where I don't care what people think. I'm going to start saying, I want to care what people think, but I want to care what the right people think. I want to continue to care what people think, but I want to care what the right people think. Because I feel is that care is one of those things where either you do or you don't. And if we keep asking God to strengthen our ability to not care, then what people think, the people that we love are people, right? So, for example, if my best friend thinks a way about me and he feels like I'm not being a good friend to him, I want to care about I want to care why he thinks that way, so I can change the way that I'm operating. Because if I don't, I may lose out on having a friend. And I've lost out on a lot of people because of the way in which that I operated, the things in which that I've done. I've, tried to apologize. I've, repented to God. But also at the same time, I'm like, I've always, I'm not going to say always, but a lot of times I've caught onto things too late, meaning that I, acknowledge something or I learned something or I figured out something for me. I know it may be right on time for God, I guess, but I picked up on certain things too late, and now the person is gone. I can't fix it, and so when it comes to certain things, I want to care what the right people think, because if the right people think a certain way or whatever, I want to be able to change that to show that, hey, I appreciate you and I appreciate what you add to my life, and I do care if I was to lose you. I do care if you left my life. I do care if you stopped communicating with me. I legitimately care about those things, and I don't want to act like I don't. And I think we're in a culture where people are consistently trying to act like they don't care. And we actually do. And so I want to care about what the right people think, and God, give me the wisdom to decide who are the right people. And I want to come to a place where I don't care what the wrong people think, because everybody's going to have something to think. Everybody's going to have something to say. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to weigh in on that. And the challenging part about social media, which is a great thing, but also a blessing and a curse all at the same time, is that with social media, everybody has a camera, everybody has a microphone, and everybody has an opinion. And the bigger the audience, we will take on someone's opinion as our truth because they have a big audience. And especially when the public opinion is siding with the person that has the bigger audience. So then we will take that in and say, oh, well, that's the truth, and I have to care what that person says because everybody starts to think this way, or everybody starts to treat me this way. And the reality of it is, no, you still cannot care, because that person doesn't have a hand in elevating your life, in making your life better, feeding you positivity, helping you in any type of way or anything like that. They just don't do it. So I don't want to lose my care. I just want to have wisdom on where to apply my care. And I feel like that's in every area of our lives, right? I feel like that's in an area of patience. Like when we say, I'm praying God to give me patience. No, you have patience. That's a byproduct of the fruit of the Spirit, right? You have patience. I feel like we need wisdom on where to apply that patience, because if I told you, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million in 12 months, guess what? You have patience to wait for 12 months. We just have not decided, because we don't know the reward on the other side of being patient. So we have not decided that me being patient has a great reward, or a greater reward enough for me to be patient in this moment. So I have to tell my emotions to chill out. I have to tell, my anger to calm down, because I don't want to lose myself and forfeit what's on the other side of this. If, biblically, if Moses would have known the consequence to him striking that rock again would be him not seeing the promised land, I guarantee you he would have had enough patience to speak to it and hear and take a different approach and hear God out with that. But because he did not know on the other side of his emotional frustration what the cost would be, he began to lose his patience with the people. So I feel like we have patience. We just have to have wisdom on where to apply it. The same way we are wired to care. We just need wisdom on where to apply that care, because we just need to know, I need to care about what the right people think. I need to care about how I make the right people feel. And there'll be plenty of people that weigh in on your life that have no positive energy to feed your life. And here you are trying to accommodate people because you want people to like you so bad. And this is where I've been. I want people to like me so bad. So I'm like, not staying true to certain boundaries or whatever the case is. Why? Because I'm like, like, I just want them to like me. You see what I'm saying? So, and because you care. And I think that, care enough to change, care enough to address negative behavior, and care enough to say, I genuinely, and I want to live in my truth. I genuinely care, but I want to care enough to change before a person has to leave my life. And then I'm living in, man, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Care enough to change while they're there. I think that's the important thing. And then also listen to what people are saying when they're in your life. I know this may ruffle some feathers, but there are plenty of guys that I talk to on a regular basis that tell me all the time, I told, my girl that, this made me feel this way. And she says things like, oh, I don't make you feel that way. Huh? Like, I don't make you feel that way. Like, we have to listen. People in which that we say that we care about, we have to listen to the way that something that we're doing makes them feel. We have this ego about us that says what I'm doing is right, and then I'm going to tell you what you feel on the other side of what I'm doing. So if I ask you how your day was, then I'm going to tell you, and then if you tell me you don't feel seen or supported, and then I'm going to tell you, no, you do feel seen and supported because I asked you how your day was. Well, asking how my day was may not make me feel seen and supported. So how about you ask me, how do I feel seen, or what do I need, instead of telling me that I do feel supported, or I do, have a safe space because you asked how my day was. Because that's what we legit tell people. No, you feel this way. It's like, what? How you gonna tell me? Because you did something that makes you feel this way. So, and I just think it's important for us to, care. So I think it's very important for us to care, and I feel like it's important for us to care before it's too late. So that's my thought this morning. That was my morning thought. Like, it's okay to care, and it's okay to communicate that you care. It's okay to not be like everybody else and live in a world where we lie to ourselves and say we don't care when in all actuality we do, and all of that stuff. Like, no, like, if you care, communicate that you care, show that you care, and allow your ego and pride to go to the wayside. One of the things that I feel is a hindrance to us even showing that and levels of vulnerability is our ego. We have to kill our own egos. So that's my morning thought. Yeah, it's kind of long, but I'm not going to apologize for it. It is what it is. Be sure to check out Mentorship Monday here on YouTube. They start back up in the next couple of weeks. Well, actually, by the time you see this video, it'll probably be like in a few days. We're starting up back in February. So check my Instagram page. Also check on here for the exact dates and all of that good stuff. But definitely we're starting Mentorship Monday back up, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So wanted to express that to you and invite you to these spaces so we can talk and share and, ask questions and all of those great things. All right. But got a day, and yeah, you'll see some content about today. Looking forward to it. And don't forget, today's a beautiful day to create. And I hope that you have an amazing day. You guys have a good one.